The Kossuth Cave is renowned for its clean, deep water, which offers divers the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to go deep sea diving and see an abundance of marine life. The guideline could, however, vanish in the clay, creating a very dangerous situation in which it would be exceedingly challenging to locate the cave's exit. This is the tale of Márton Mede, who vanished and was found 7 days later. The Kossuth Cave is situated in Hungary, north of the charming fairy tale village of József, at a height of 656 feet, 220 meters above sea level. Although it was suspected that the Kossuth Cave existed behind the Nagy Tohonia spring as early as the 1930s, the entrance was not found until the 1950s. After the entrance zone was stabilized in the 1980s, a cave in the Agtelek National Park became the well-liked tourist destination. In 1995, the Kossuth Cave and the other caverns of the Agtelek Karst received the prestigious World Heritage Site designation. The Remediatlan hopeless sump was long believed to be at the end of the cave's channels. Divers from the Amphora Diving Club passed through this sump in 2009 after years of investigation, labor, and effort that resulted in human casualties. After negotiating the deep and complex sump, the explorers arrived at an open route with magnificent cave formations and further underwater channels. The cave's known length has greatly extended as a result of the tunnels, and its vertical extent is 196 feet, 60 meters. On May 16, 2008, Chief Sergeant Márton Mede, 42, who is also a firefighter, joined the Budapest Fire Brigade's Special Rescue Command as a diver. By putting out multiple huge fires and fixing significant damage, he showed his bravery and skill. He was a skilled diver and one of the most seasoned members of the herd. In his spare time, he also engaged in research into caves and had a wealth of expertise in this area. According to specialists, only 6 or 8 divers in Hungary have the same level of expertise and experience in the field of cave research and diving, despite having taken part in research missions all over the world multiple times. He received the Silver Degree of Merit for Excellence in 2014 for his efforts in the search and rescue of the Mermaid cruise liner victims. He had previously won a bronze medal at the European Orienteering Championships. In the previous 10 years, Márton had successfully completed a number of discovery dives in the Kossuth Cave. Márton and other members of the capital's cave diving team went on exploration dives in the Kossuth Cave on Sunday, April 3, 2022. A mishap happened during their dive when one of the cave divers failed to arrive at the starting location in the pink term, Our Father's Room, section of the cave in a timely manner. Márton Mede was that diver. The comrades of Márton's, who had been given the diver's safety, immediately headed out, but they were unable to find the trail of the safety-guided rope in the well-known tunnels. The underwater parts of the cave had almost no visibility at the time. After arriving on the scene in the late afternoon with assistance from the North Hungarian Association of Cave Rescuers, the Bekumeni Cave Rescue Service, the Speleoraznava, Slovakia, the Neptune Diving Club, and the cave divers of the Amphora Diving Club, which have been researching the cave for decades, the Gomor Tornay Territorial Unit of the Hungarian Cave Rescue Service started organizing additional dives to find the missing diver in cooperation with several rescuers with relevant cave diving skills arrived for the activities in the evening and the following morning as additional assistance. Divers examined Sump 3's tunnels during the exploration dives on Sunday, which took place at the zone's existing terminal end. These passageways go down 131 feet, 40 meters. Due to the great depth, the divers utilize a nitrox gas mixture since it helps the human body to spend more time at deeper depths and can speed up ascent decompression time. On Sunday afternoon, the Hungarian Cave Rescue Service's Gomor Tornay Territorial Unit started organizing the rescue. Márton Mede, a cave diver who had been in an accident, was rescued. "He is among the top divers in the business," said an older diver. "Only 4 people in Hungary have the same capabilities as him. After finding the hopeless siphon, he came across the Hall of Our Fathers. He, however, was restless and lacked the will to stop. He got lost while in that area of the cave. He claimed to have been accompanied by 5 divers, but when they passed through a cavern, it collapsed and he vanished. A colleague diver attempted to assist for as long as he could, but eventually had to surface. He remarked, 'We hope there are wonders and he is still alive. This is a very tiny, wet and clay place.'" A Thai soccer team toured the Tham Luang cave system in 2018. Speaking of cave rescues, the team became stuck within the cave after a period of heavy rain filled it with water. Despite the 17-day rescue effort, all of the survivors were successfully brought to the surface. According to the Hungarian publication Blick, Márton could be able to survive if he exited the water in the Kossuth Cave and located a dry spot inside. In the cave, there are alternate wet and dry areas, so survival is not entirely impossible. However, because of the agitated material, the range of vision in water is 0, Divers, however, resumed the rescue effort by operating within the cave in turns. The Counterterrorism Center (TK) took over rescue coordination on the second day of the rescue effort as government services started to assist the volunteers. In addition to providing logistical and organizational support for the rescue, the Counterterrorism Center units also provided care for those who took part in the rescue in various ways. The narrowness of this area of the cave prevented large divers from actively taking part in the rescue, and the current low visibility in the water further complicated matters. During a most recent 1.5-hour dive, which took place close to the cave's recognized endpoint at a depth of roughly 131 feet, 40 meters, the remaining portion of the tube that was free had collapsed. The guideline, which was placed in the cave and helps divers navigate in dim light, was totally enmeshed in the mud and immobile. The rescue divers could only logically deduce that a collapse or some sunken object had blocked the path due to the poor visibility. Later that day, the location of the missing diver, Márton Mede, was found at a depth of roughly 98 feet, about 820 feet, 250 meters, from where the dive had started, 30 meters. Unfortunately, Márton had already passed away when the rescue crew found him. The next day, cave divers diving at a depth of 157 feet, 48 meters at the end of the known passage uncovered the traces, which indicate that the accident was caused by a passage collapse. The underwater portion of the rescue was carried out by cave divers from the Amphora Diving Club, who have been exploring the Kossuth Cave for decades. After a 7-day search and rescue operation, they managed to bring the body to the Remanatland Sump entry after 9 cave dives. The dives were incredibly challenging for the divers since they had to spend a lot of time at great depths and small spaces with poor visibility. The cave rescuers service finished the rest of the job after moving Márton's body. A total of roughly 80 personnel from the Spilea Roznava, Slovakia, the Bakony Cave Rescue Service, and the North Hungarian Association of Cave Rescuers also took part in the rescue. The Cave Rescue Service installed extra cable transport channels for the cave rescue, reinforced the permanent steel cables, and transported all of the divers' equipment during the rescue operation. In less than 3 hours, the final rescue team of 50 members from these domestic cave rescue agencies was able to transport Márton's body out of the cave from the sump. The stretcher was able to float on the water's surface above the attached wire ropes thanks to a temporary artificial barrier that elevated the lake's water level in Kossuth Cave's 164-foot, 50-meter long lake. Márton's body was transported to the cave's entrance at 2 p.m. on Sunday, April 10, marking the conclusion of the Hungarian Cave Rescue Service's longest rescue operation in history. Over 250 people from 20 groups took part in actions both within and outside the cave over the course of the 7-day rescue. The North Hungarian Association of Cave Rescuers, the Agteleki National Park Directorate, the Amphora Diving Club, the Bakony Cave Rescue Service, BME Joinform Lid, Geogold Carpathia Lid, and BME Joinform Lid, Hungarian Cave Rescue Service, Faculty of Geology, Department of Geophysics, Neptun Diving Club's Rescue Team, Nitrochemia Private Lid, Nova Alpen Lid, Pest County Search and Rescue Service, Rotaqua Lid, Rotary Frizik Private Lid, Schaffnery Zoltha Disaster Management Public Benefit Association, Spilea Roznava, SK, Counterterrorism Center. The whole Hungarian caving community, not only his closest friends and participants in the event, banded together throughout the search and rescue operation. Márton was a diving guru in all respects. He also had a reputation as one of the top divers, and he oversaw many international excursions. Few divers in Hungary have the same level of expertise and training in the field of diving for cave exploration. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you like what you saw, please hit the bell symbol, subscribe to our channel, and click the like button to be notified when we upload another thrilling cave diving story.